Like and subscribe right now, and you'll have amazing luck for an entire week. Hello, my friends. Sometimes it's impossible to remember or believe some things, except through the lens of a camera. Some are weird, some are funny, and some are crazy, but all share the same thing. They're incredible. So here are 30 incredible moments caught on camera. Have you ever seen a man arguing with a goat? Well, now you've seen. I think she's mad because she doesn't get enough food and threatens he won't have any milk or meat. But on the bright side, in his following interview for Dr. Doolittle's Rule, he can mention he can talk to goats. And from a talking goat to the most enormous wave ever surfed, Garrett McNamara managed to surf a mammoth 78-foot, 23.77 meters wave. And that allowed him to take the official Guinness World Records title for the largest wave surfed. Cowabunga, dude! Now for a volleyball team trained by watching Haikyuu. Ecuador thought they were going to celebrate a point, but the defender took that match as a life-or-death matter and saved her team so many times till she found an opening and scored the point. For our football fans, especially the Argentinians, the pilot announced 36 years after the last time they won, Argentina did it again, and they'll bring the cup back, and the whole plane will begin to celebrate for 5 minutes. Moving on to one of the most fascinating creatures in the sea. This killer whale passed right beside a diver who had the guts not to freak out, and the whale invited his friends to look at this strange creature called a human. It was a scary moment for the diver, but a moment he can brag about in front of anyone. Then to one of the most dangerous animals on Earth. It's known that snakes can eat prey twice their size, maybe bigger, and this little one just killed a chicken. Then it begins to regurgitate 7 whole eggs. 7-foot mako shark. While these poor fishermen were trying to catch their lunch, a 7-foot mako shark appeared from nowhere and landed on their boat. They panicked, but at least if they wait a few hours, they don't have to worry about lunch anymore. And from sea to land, the biggest animal ever walked on Earth. This elephant easily knocks down this massive tree using his nose and tusk to eventually reach the leaves, so he can fill his stomach. Nothing is more heartwarming than people sticking together. Before the soccer match, the crowd paid a moment of respect for Turkey earthquake victims and filled the playground with dolls and toys for children who lost their homes because of the earthquake. Then to the lowest landfill ever. Greek islanders and holidaymakers who had gathered on the beach to watch jets got a scare when a flight came into land and barely misses beachgoers. The seal and the fisherman. A seal trying to steal a fish from a fisherman, but she wasn't quick enough, felt sad because of the mocking from his teammates. He went back to sea to train to gain more speed, and she'll be back for revenge. Skydiving pizza. Anyone wants to skydive is for enjoying the view, speed, the air in their faces, and of course, the adrenaline rush. But with these skydivers, it's nothing but a lunch break to enjoy some pizza time. We all know what an alligator is, but none of you can guess what their favorite sport is. It's golf, and for good reasons, of course. That's because of their huge tail. No one wants to play with them, so he decided to stay beside the hole for a couple of minutes to prevent anyone from playing. Then he set off and dived into the water. Destroying a building is a work of art. Everything has to be precisely calculated so the building falls in its place. And this is how cooling towers are demolished in seconds. Elephants have a pretty good sense of humor. The baby elephant and the short-nosed human. This baby elephant interrupted the reporter to ask him why he has a very short nose. And this proves elephants can bully humans better than humans. The only thing you see and ask yourself every time, how the hell did they ended up there as cats? This cat was stuck on the edge, barely holding on. But luckily, the fans were cat dudes and saved her with an American flag. Remember when I said nothing is more heartwarming than people sticking together? This teacher, who got cancer, was surprised by over 400 students in front of his house to sing hymns and show him their love and support after he made the difficult decision to discontinue his cancer treatment. They all gathered and came by bus to say goodbye because he changed their lives. And from a true act of goodwill, animals can be kinder than humans. And this horse comforts her owner when she gets upset, and that also proves Black Beauty is based on true events. A new haircut makes it hard for people to recognize you. And it was the same with this chicken, who took a few minutes to recognize her friend, but as soon as she knew him, she gave him a big hug, ignoring his family is gonna roast her in a few weeks, and that's a lesson in unconditional love. Animals can have fun too. And these baby bears demand their right in the playground, especially if they can handle the slide better than most of the children. But, well, this is just a wild guess here, but I think it's going to be hard for them to make some friends. On this big mountain where the top can touch the sky, clouds fall down the top just like a waterfall in a breathtaking, rare, and peaceful view. And with the cloud comes the wind. And this is how a strong wind coming with the hurricane can strip the roof of buildings easily. Moving to a good gesture. This girl is blind, and her entire school went completely silent so she can figure out where the hoop is. She went for it, scored, and the whole place broke down in cheers. Again with the most irritating animal with an ego bigger than Tony Stark's ego. The cat couldn't take that the reporter is taking all the credit for the fashion report and decided to be in the frame. And she went right from a stray cat to an instant celebrity with a lot of fans. Some thought this is a conspiracy theory and it was the reporter's cat, but she had nothing to do with her. The cat just decided to be famous. Seals and humans. For 20 years and every time he dives, he contacts the seals. They approach him and touch him in a magical moment. He puts his hand up and it comes to him, grabbed it with a squeeze, and he squeezes back. In the past 20 years, he spent more time with seals than with humans. Every time they recognize him, sometimes they're curious to find out more about him and try to take off the helmet and the glasses to see him. And they never tried to hurt him. He was like a guest in their area, and every time, different seals came to look, play, and wander around him. Rock slide. And moving to this video that shows the moment when a rock slide took place. It's unclear what caused this, nor is it clear whether the rock slide had anything to do with the drought conditions the lake had been experiencing. Smart geese. Animals can be more obedient to the laws of humans, and these smart geese waited for the red sign to cross the roads, and by that, they won the Animal Citizen of the Year award, but they better watch out for the sewer gutters. The polar bear and her baby. It's hard to raise kids to be like these geese, and this polar bear mother has to bear her kid till he becomes a grown-up. Every time her kid goes near the water, he begins to drown because he's slow to learn to swim. So every time, she runs and dives into the water to save him. Last but not least, this is the moment when a huge wave smashes through the window of a ferry. They said no one had been injured, but all I can think of is the passengers who ran for their lives and didn't even think to check on the other passengers who were flooded by water. Finally, with our last video, a man in his safari car had to freeze for a whole 10 minutes because of this wild cheetah who leapt inside his car. He was watching the little cheetahs play with each other, ignoring they're one of the fastest animals on Earth, and in a moment, not only one, but two cheetahs leapt inside his car, and he had to freeze in place so as not to startle them. That's it for today. Until next time, adios. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So, here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and tick the notification bell. And you'll get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works.